A man comes into a bar and says to the bartender, "If I can show you something you've never seen, would you give me free drinks?" The bartender laughs and says, "I have seen so much already, I doubt you can, but the bet is on." The man reaches into his pocket and takes a little figure out. It turns out to be a man of roughly 12-inch size. He starts smiling, walks towards the bartender and says, "Hi, my name is Denis Villeneuve. Do you want an autograph?" And indeed, he looks exactly like the famous film director. The bartender shakes his head and says, "Well, I have never seen anything like that. Have your drinks on the house, but please tell me, where did you find him?" The man says, "If you walk up the street, you'll see a blue street light. If you knock on the pole, a magical fairy godmother will appear and she'll grant you one wish." The bartender doesn't hesitate and goes looking for the magical pole. He finds it and knocks, and poof, in a cloud of pixie dust, a magical fairy godmother appears. She looks ancient and her voice is brittle, but she says, "Oh, well, son, you found me, so you shall have a wish granted." The bartender is very exited and says, "I wish I had 100 millions in the bank." The old fairy smiles kindly, swings her magical wand, and poof! The fairy is gone, and right in front of the bartender, a gigantic fish tank appears, filled to the brink with 100 melons. The bartender shakes his head and walks back to the bar, where the other man still sits and drinks his beer, watching the tiny Denis Villeneuve making friends with the other patrons. The bartender says to the man, "Hey, that fairy godmother is really hard of hearing, isn't she?" The man smiles and says, "Of course, or do you really think I wanted a 12-inch Dennis?"